Yes, it's me. I have returned from my, I don't know what you'd call it, my sabbatical, away from social media. Yeah, and I thought I'd, get on and do a live because it's been fucking ages, man, since I've got on and said anything, to be honest. And, for good reason, to be honest. This fucking world and what's been happening to it just makes you ready to lose your fucking mind. And, it's quite... it's very good for the soul to stay away from this shit as much as possible and, not lose your marbles. But it's been so long since I've actually done a proper live on Instagram. I thought, you know what, fuck it, why not? Why not get on, say hello and show my face and show that, yes, Famous is alive and he's doing well. I've just been super busy, man. Super busy. Tribe has been absolutely friggin' fantastic. We've just been kicking goals. I think we're up to the 10th or 11th meeting now. Just amazing connections have been happening there, and I've been super busy in terms of just, trying to do things that were action-focused and things that were just community-focused. And, wasn't really a big fan of, sitting there on social media and, doing lives all the time and stuff. And I think I've been able to do a lot more for the community in terms of the amazing meetings. But yeah, I've just been watching this shit unfold lately. And you know what? This is my message to you fucking scumbags at APRA that are now, more than likely accountable for your bullshit, to be sued within a private capacity or to be brought with legal action to some degree of a private capacity. You are going to fucking cop it, all you bastards that are sitting in that office, mate. You're going to cop it. You have systematically just fucking gone after every single family we could think of. You've gone after the medical profession and you've just gone after everybody. And if you think they're going to turn around and bring out that shit that's coming out now and you're not going to fucking cop it and there's not going to be angry people after you, and if you think you're going to be able to do a public fucking apology and you're going to get away with this shit, you are fucking, you are dreaming. You are dreaming. You should fucking, you should wake up every day with nightmares coming out like within yourself. Every fucking night you should be waking up with sweats, because you've got nightmares, because you're just realizing just how much you fucked up. Because the shit's coming out. It's coming out from every angle within government. They can't hold this shit anymore. And now they've actually turned around and said that people will be able to go after APRA within a private capacity, the people that work in that building. You fucking two-faced snake, asshole, dog, rat bastards who sat there and took Big Pharma money and preached safety, Big Pharma whores. Meanwhile, you were fucking destroying perfectly healthy people that had nothing wrong with them and going after and even approving that shit to go into kids. How can you fucking wake up and look yourself in the mirror and say you are a self-respecting human being with a fucking shred of common decency within you whatsoever? Even a fucking shred, not even a millimeter would you have within you to fucking do that to family after family and go after the kids, mate. And go after the kids. Unfucking believable, man, that you do that and then you think you're going to get away with a fucking apology. You'll be lucky that people don't want to kick your fucking head in because when they see you on the street because of what you've done to their kids. You'll be lucky if that's not what fucking happens in this fucking day and age with the psychos that fucking live out there. And I'm not talking about the people that stayed away from the jab. I'm talking about those that trusted you and that put their trust in this governing body that was meant to protect the people and stand up for the people and ensure that the safety of the people was paramount within the way you would go through all of your findings in order to present something to the people. You are fucking done, APRA. No one's ever going to trust you again. Any fucking drug that you approve from now on, people know that they should start taking the opposite. If you start saying that something's good for people, now we know what we need to take. Because we know who runs you bastards. We know who's been funneling money into you cocksuckers all this time. And we know We know now. Mate, you know what? This has been the best thing that ever happened in terms of awareness of who we need to fucking trust. If the media is telling us don't take something because it's dangerous, we know that that's what we should be fucking taking from now on. And all the shit that you guys tell us to take and fucking trust this in this pharmaceutical company and trust in this, you guys fucked up big time, mate, because a large proportion of the population now is never going to trust a pharmaceutical medicine again. If anything, it's brought about people going back to the old ways and looking for herbal remedies and natural ways of healing themselves. So if anything, you've fucking woken up half the population and completely lobotomized and put to sleep the rest of us. Because I will never, ever touch any fucking pharmaceutical shit ever again that has to do with getting rid of disease or any of your bullshit anymore, mate. Ever. So you ratbag bastards that work in that building, your day's coming, man. Your day's coming. The people aren't going to be so fucking forgiving. And I'm not talking about us who stayed away from it and who spoke against it. We are reserved. We're of sound mind. You know who you have to be worried about? It's those fucking poor bastards who put all of their trust in you. They are going to be fucking livid when they find out what they've just injected into their fucking kids by the thousands. You watch the shitstorm that's coming to each and every single fucking doctor's surgery around the country, mate. You watch. And it's not going to, as I said, it's not going to be us, mate. It's going to be all of those that believed in the system, who trusted everybody. There's going to be fucking heads on the chopping block, one after the other, mate. And when that fucking ship starts to sink, all of these spineless little assholes that were always too scared to fucking say boo to anybody, they are going to jump ship so quick and they're all going to fucking sing like canaries at once. And when they do, mate, no one's going to be able to put the genie back in that bottle. I don't give a fuck how many media companies you own. I don't care what fucking news, I don't care what fucking news companies you own. I don't care what channels you own. I don't care what fork-tongued, satanic asshole politician you have that's speaking, ensuring that people feel, at ease with what they've been taking. I don't give a shit what doctor you put on that fucking podium. When the truth comes out, like it's going to come out, you fuckers are all going to be running and scurrying like little rats on a ship. The same way when Dr. William fucking Bay got up and spoke in front of all these people. All of the doctors in there shit themselves, mate. Not one doctor had a rebuttal for what he was saying. They just walked out of the room. They ran out of that room like scurrying little fucking rats, mate, getting off a ship before it would sink so they could get to the next one. And it's coming. And you fuckers that work in that building, you're going to know about it. And the amount of fucking legal shit that's coming your way in terms of being sued within a private capacity, forget about it. And then all it's going to take is one to turn around and say who was pulling all the strings. All it's going to take is one. And they're all going to start fucking singing like canaries. Because we know who runs all this shit. It's all these fucking rich billionaire assholes at the top. And why? How did they come about? People go, well, how is it possible that they're able to just run the world? Are you that fucking stupid and deluded? You think that if you have unlimited resources, unlimited money, you can't put people within every single prominent position within the world to be able to engineer something like this? And people go, well, why? Why would they want to engineer all this and take us out? Why? Because I'll tell you why. There's 6 psychopaths who have gotten together because Satan, the ultimate deceiver, has gotten everyone in a room together and gone, listen, if we don't do something about the world's population, they've gotten into a room together in these secret large meetings. And what they've done is the ultimate deception has been born, been impregnated into each one of these people's minds that the population of the world is growing at an exponential rate. If we don't get it down within this time, this is how many people we'll have in the world. Within this time, this is how many people we'll have in the world. By this year, we'll have so many people in the world that will completely destroy the earth and will run out of resources. And all of these little fucking billionaire elitists thinking they're fucking, being like philanthropists, they're actually saving the world by, sacrificing few for the many, right? They've all gotten together and they've gone, okay, well, how do we eradicate these people without actually, doing it physically? How do we do it? Well, what we do is we go problem, reaction, solution. How do we take these people out? We create a problem bad enough that these people scream out for the help, and the help is actually the solution in terms of what we want to put into them to fucking take all these people out. These people are sociopaths, mate. They don't care about you. It's a very, very, very small club, and you're not in it. You are not a part of it whatsoever. Yes, I'm going to say it right now. There are some sick psychopath assholes. The 1% that run the world, 99% of the wealth is controlled by 1% of the population. That is not by accident. And if you're the 1% and you control 99% of the world's wealth, you can fucking make anything happen. You can engineer anything. You can bring out whatever scientists you want to say whatever the fuck you want them to say. You can get politicians to say whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want. You can get doctors, nurses, whatever else of the highest distinction of their field to get up and say whatever you want, whenever you want, whenever you want. You can get fucking scientists to write paper after paper after paper that's been peer reviewed by 15 other scientists because you've got the fucking money to do so. And if you don't think that people have the ability to do this, you are naive fucking beyond belief, and you need a good slap in the face, and you need to wake up at what's actually happening here, because they're actually coming after our food now. How do you eradicate 6.5 billion people off the planet? How do you do that? You engineer food shortages. How do you engineer food shortages? You do some weather modification to start flooding the fucking planet left, right and centre so people can see these mass weather events happening all around the world, and then that's your problem. Reaction, climate alarmists, climate change, this is a problem. We need a solution. Well, I'll tell you what's actually the problem. These cows are farting too much and they're creating too much nitrogen and CO2. Everyone's using way too much energy. We all need to stop using so much energy. We need to start putting people in smaller places, and we need to take everyone off their private land, and we're going to save the planet. But how are we going to do this? We're going to get you people into these fucking mega cities, right? Where you don't need to drive anywhere. Driving will be illegal. To own an electric car will be for the very select few, and the reason it will be for the very select few, because all these fucking idiots out there that actually think that electric cars are going to be the saving grace that's going to protect the planet. Have you actually seen what an electric car is made of? Its main components, lithium, neodymium. Do you know when neodymium magnets, rare earth metals, there is a major company within the world, they're called Mongolian Baotong China, right? They supply 90% of the rare earth metals in the world. When they just restricted 10% of their supply to the world didn't have enough rare earth metals. There was a company called Molycorp. Their price was at $2.50. When Mongolian Baotong China restricted 10% of the rare earth that was leaving China and going to all across the world, their stocks went to $32.50 within like a month. It was crazy. Rare earth metals. We don't have enough rare earth metals to fucking substitute every single car we have on the road right now for an electric car. We don't have enough fucking lithium to make enough batteries, which are high fucking capacity batteries that would power all these electric cars. We don't have the lithium to be able to fucking create all these cars. The people actually think that we are going to be able to move to electric vehicles and think this is going to be a good thing. They actually think that they're going to take our ability away to own a petrol vehicle by making it illegal, and then they're actually going to give us the ability to get electric cars. There's not going to be enough rare earth metals, mate. Each and every single one of those cars needs high-powered neodymium magnets for the motors. Those high-powered neodymium magnets, mate, you go and fucking look up and have a look how many companies around the world on the stock exchange actually go and deal with rare earth metals. Rare earth metals is one very, very limited commodity that we don't have enough on. We don't have enough of. And these fucking moron, climate alarmist, fucking idiot, fucking engineered, George Soros engineered university students who sit there and paint their hair red and don't know whether they're a fucking male or a female, or up is down and don't know whether they're a he, she, or a he, her, or whatever the fuck they are. They don't even know if they're a guy or a girl, and they're going to be the only thing standing in front of these people when they come after everything we fucking have. They're the ones sitting there saying, oh, here's a climate alarmist. You know, we're going to destroy the planet. You're going to fucking die long before we destroy the planet if you get rid of all the livestock. What are you going to fucking eat? And all these people go, oh, we can all survive on a plant-based diet. Have you actually gone and looked at a plant-based diet and what is the main thing that most plant-based diets are? It's either vegetables, which requires mass farming, or it's packaged food, most of it. And most of it is actually, go and have a look at the ingredients. It's got 5,000 ingredients on the back of it. There's enough food now, But if you try and get fucking, 95% of the population that was actually eating meat, now they have to go and eat that. There's not going to be enough food for everybody. We're not going to have enough food, mate. People need to start fucking seeing what these people are doing. They're engineering food shortages. Problem, reaction, solution. They needed to take away our rights. So what did they do? They created this fucking pandemic. And they said that the only way we can help you is if we increase security and take everything away from you. And what did everyone do? Just fucking willy-nilly, mate. They gave everything away without even thinking twice. And then when the people actually got up and spoke and said what this was, they were attacked. And these elite psychopaths at the top who've been sitting there engineering this shit for a very, very long time, waiting to fucking just get to the point where the technology is strong enough and we are well enough monitored in terms of the level of, data that they can send and receive and all this other stuff so they can monitor us. They're finally at the point with this 5G system and all of these phones and the computers that run at this level that they can do everything they've wanted to do. Monitor us, get us completely fucking hooked into the system. And this is all towards, they want to put a fucking microchip under your skin, mate. So these psychopaths that run the world, they're coming after your kids. That's why there's this massive push for gender. You don't know whether you're a boy or girl. What is the fucking most dangerous thing to a society that's under attack? It's fucking strong masculine that goes and fights. I'm not saying that women can't fight. I'm saying it's the masculine that goes to war. And these guys are trying to get rid of all the masculine. The only thing standing between these guys and taking over the world right now is the ones that are currently between the ages of 17 and 25, 26, and the older generations between 35, 40, 50. Once you take out these two, you're fucked. We are well and truly fucked afterwards. And they're coming after everything, mate. They're coming after your private property. That's what climate change is all about. It's not about protecting you and your fucking planet, because these rich psychopaths who say that we need to use less are standing on a 40-foot yacht worth friggin' God knows how much money with 30 rooms or whatever else it's got in it. And they're driving around this yacht. You think they really give a shit about the environment? These same petrol moguls and all of these people that have fucking suppressed vehicles that run on hydrogen and all these other things, proper electric vehicles that, can control and have a serious yield of a charge and recharge their own batteries. Anything that was created, that was a transportation vehicle, that was actually efficient, and actually allowed people to travel without the need to be able to be hooked in for either any type of fuel or electricity of any kind, any vehicle like that. If you don't think any vehicle like that has been created at this stage, you really need to fucking take your head out of the sand and do some research. Go and have a look at Stanley Meyer, who created a vehicle that runs on water. And then he runs out of his restaurant, falls dead, and he's screaming, "They poisoned me." The same guy who they tried to buy his designs off him, he didn't want to. This guy, now, to anyone would say, oh, well, that's incorrect. The news wouldn't sit there and go and fucking interview someone if they didn't do their due diligence and see whether or not, what he had created was factual, plausible, and it works. They would have done all of that first, and then they would have done the news report. So to anyone out there who says that fucking, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever else, he was on the news. If he was on the news, they would have checked if it works, and then they would have done the news report. They're not going to be idiots, so clearly it worked. He created a car that runs on water. What happened to it? Where'd it go? Where'd that fucking technology go? Everyone actually thinks that, electric cars are here to save us, this and that. And why do you think they're trying to convert all these houses that are being built within the year? Right now, they've changed the building code to the year 2022 that no home to be built should have gas in it. Why do you think they don't want you to have gas in your home? Because now, if you don't fucking follow the rules, when the digital age does come in and you've got your fucking digital, your central bank digital currency, you're completely hooked into the system, you don't have any cash anymore, and you are completely at the fucking, at the mercy of the government and these corporations, how they want to treat you. If they see that you're a descendant, or they see that you're not fucking following the rules, or, you're not playing ball, they'll switch off everything with one go. And because you don't have fucking gas, you're not going to even be able to warm your home. And to all these morons out there that actually think that switching to electricity is a fucking smarter way of warming your home, go and get a little radiator, a little fucking electric heater, put it in one room and run it for 10 hours a day. And tell me at the end of the fucking month if your bill hasn't gone up $300 to $400 when it's usually $200, you'll get a bill for $600. Now take that, compound it, figure out how much it's going to be to fucking warm up a whole house, and then tell me if that's a more energy efficient way of fucking warming a house, or is it a way for them to be able to switch off everything at the touch of a button? Think about it. Think about how much electricity it would take to warm a house. Do you even know how a fucking heater works? It heats up the coils within the heater and that warms up the air. What do you need to heat up coils? You need fucking electricity, right? It uses way more power. It's nowhere near as energy efficient as natural gas. So why are they getting rid of it? Because they want to be able to switch you off. People need to fucking start waking up, mate. You need to start listening to everything I've been saying here. You need to start fucking really paying attention. You need to stop fucking pointing fingers and just basically just attacking everything that's said without actually looking into any of it. Because I'm not doing this for my fucking benefit. I'm doing this because I want people to fucking actually open their eyes and see, hey, they're coming after our food. Hey, they're coming after your private land. Hey, they're coming after your vehicle. What are you going to do once the farms are gone? What are you going to eat? And all these people go, oh, well, we'll be able to fucking live on bugs. You'd have to be the stupidest bastard that ever walked the planet to look at a cow. And the yield off a cow, of the amount of consumable food off a cow, is about 600 to 700 kilos worth of food. Do you know how many fucking mealworms you would need to have and breed to be able to create the same amount of yield that you'd get from one cow? Now think of the processing facility you would need, a food grade processing facility, because you're not just going to be raising these mealworms anywhere. You would need a food grade processing facility in order to raise all these mealworms to be able to feed fucking the people. Now think of how many mealworms you would need to amount to one head of cattle, that all it needs to do is eat some grass and drink water. And think about right now what is actually better for the environment. And then all these people go, oh, we need to be fighting CO2 and CO2 is bad. And you do know that one of the largest creators of CO2 is decomposing plant matter. You do understand that the whole body is created from carbon. People really need to look into what CO2 actually does and what it's for. And forests, when they're downwind from a facility that creates CO2, those forests actually grow quicker than normal forests. Because what do plants use to grow? CO2. They take in CO2 and they use that CO2 and they convert it to oxygen. So if we've got a problem with CO2, wouldn't the smartest thing be to do would be stop fucking cutting down the rainforests? Number one, wouldn't the most important thing you could do at this point would be stop cutting down the one thing that actually converts CO2 back into something that's actually good for us, which is oxygen. So why aren't they stopping all the fucking rainforests from being shut down? Why is the first thing you're trying to do is go after all the little guys? Why wouldn't you stop the massacre of all these fucking trees that are being destroyed by all these large corporations? Why aren't they doing this stuff? So, they don't give a shit about you. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your health. They never fucking did. Because meanwhile, while they were sitting there saying that we're here for your own safety, because we're trying to protect you from a deadly virus because we don't want you to die, those same motherfuckers that said that they don't want you to die and they're happy to get vaccines to everyone across the world were the same people that were watching 8 to 10 million people a year die of starvation while they drive their 40-foot fucking yacht and have more money than some small countries. And they drive around saying that they're fucking philanthropists and they're looking to help the world when just with 1% of their combined wealth, they could have cured poverty all across the world. They could change the fucking world tomorrow, but they don't want to. They don't care. So please, spare me your semantics when you sit there and say that fucking George Soros and Bill Gates and all these billionaire fuckwits that have so much money, they could literally just liberate a whole fucking nation of 5, 6 countries and completely change all of their lives with maybe 2% of their wealth, haven't fucking done sweet fuck all at this stage, but they're trying to protect us from the virus because, you know, the virus is deadly. I'll tell you what was deadlier, fucking world hunger, and they didn't do shit for year after year after year. But they were happy to go into countries and fucking inject children, right? They were happy to go into countries and test new fucking pharmaceutical drugs, happy to do that within the name, under the name of philanthropy, as under the guise of fucking protecting the world, right? Because they're here, because vaccines are safety and they're here to fucking protect us. All right, I think that's all I got to say. Share it. Funnel hasn't been on for a while. I think I spitted a lot of facts. Go and fucking, and don't trust me. Don't trust what I have to say, but also don't discount what I have to say. And be this one-sided, narrow-minded fuckwit where you go, oh, if it comes from the TV, it must be true. If it comes from this guy, it's got to be false. You don't fucking know. So you should take everything with a grain of salt and actually go, you know what? I don't fucking like this guy. I can't stand what he's saying. But let's see if there's any type of validity in terms of what this guy's got to say. Let's see if there's anything that this guy had to say that was actually factual that I need to be careful of. Because it's clearly written within the Agenda 21 documents that part of the thing that they want to do is remove people from private land and establish mega establishments. And everyone gets around with fucking bicycles. Sound familiar? Climate change? This was written fucking years ago, long before they were talking about, you know, we really need to protect ourselves and all this shit. It was written long before. Right? Meanwhile, all the fucking petroleum companies were making money hand over fist, and now all of a sudden they're all turning around and yelling out climate change. Yeah, right. Like all these petrol companies that really want to sit there and start fucking stopping the very thing that's made them billionaires. Share it. Yeah, I think that's a good enough rant. I think there was enough information in there, and yeah. I'm quite happy with, I've been saying to myself, I need to fucking, you know, do one that just puts everything out there in the open, right? And just lets people see, hey, you know what? There are some fucking psychopaths that are running this world. They don't give a shit about you. They don't care about your family. They were never trying to protect you with all these jabs or whatever else, right? They're not trying to protect you by, you know, limiting your transport or taking away your property. It's all one big power grab, right? And once they get you by the balls, and they take away your property and they get you on a subscription base for everything, and because of the way they've handled this world in terms of locking all the businesses down, they've fucking destroyed small business. The only thing that's going to be left is the large corporations. There'll be the people and the large corporations. And that's it. Everything will be subscription based. What happens when something's subscription based? You don't own it. You might fucking agree with the government now, but you might not fucking agree with the government in 3 years from now, and you might want to be someone who says, you know what, I don't trust these fuckers, and you might decide to say something on social media. And then you'll go to use your card at the, you know, to buy something because, you know, you've got your credits on there and it says that you have been locked out of your account and you can't access you can't even hire an electric vehicle, or you can't even enter into a store, and you're basically just fucking completely locked off and taken away from everything, and you have no power. And this is where these bastards want to get to. And I tell you, whether you want to fucking believe it or not, they're coming after you, they're coming after your kids, and they're going to want to put something under your skin. They're going to want to put something under your skin, and that's the microchip, mate. And that's the fucking end game. I've been saying it since day one. That's the fucking end game. Anyone who watched my videos from the very beginning, I've been talking about the fact that they want to put the microchip under the skin, and they want to control everybody. I'm done. Share it. Share it so hopefully the fucking world finally sees. Download it, upload it, share it on every fucking platform you want. Put it on your Instagram or wherever you want to put it. Doesn't have to be shared from here. Download it, re-upload it, send it out to the world. See you later.